Something has changed, and I think it's for the better. It's for the good. When we have the world's largest political streamer, Asmongold, not even close, at least the world's largest political streamer on Twitch, now seemingly just outright agreeing with many of the positions that I still think are important to Americans, in particular, deportations and Somali fatigue, and these people who are in elected positions who hate this country. And this is just the beginning. This is what the message should be from the right going into the midterms. Obviously, they need to come up with a better plan on the economy and making rent and home ownership a reality. You know, President Trump's approval rating has completely cratered with young voters. And it's because of this. It's because it's the economy, stupid. Everyone knows this. It's because young people, Gen Z, they've lost hope. They have no hope of ever owning a home. They can barely afford the rent. The very simple reason is, well, you deport 30 million illegals and suddenly 30 million apartments, I mean, let's say 10 million apartments and homes immediately open up, fixing the supply problem. Obviously, we also need to outlaw China from owning homes in this country, and we need to ban BlackRock from owning, millions of homes too. These three things alone would fix the housing market overnight. Now, obviously, the deportations would take a long time, but taking back whatever China owns in this, but we can't own land in China, so why do we let them own land here? Take care of that. Get the illegals out. All of these things within 2 years, a starter home will be back down to 200 grand, not 500 grand. But there's something that's really changed. And I want to show this clip from Asmongold, who is a gaming streamer, but obviously most well-known because of his prowess on politics. People think Hassan Piker is a popular political streamer. He's not even close to Asmongold. Asmongold is by far the world's most popular political streamer. And here's what he had to say about Illhan Omar.
Ilhan Omar, oh my God. Like, the day that she gets deported, I will probably do like a 12-hour stream. I will be so happy. And so she goes and says, I didn't, but is your president.
Is your president a ped?
Your president. Your president. That's right, because your allegiance is to Somalia.
Correct.
You're not here for being American.
Nope.
You're talking about working in the best interest of Somalians.
Correct.
This is unbelievable, man. She's legal? Change the law.
Change the law. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think.
Denaturalize
You have a law
her.
that lets people like this hold office. You got to fix that shit real quick.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with not letting them hold office. Because what happens is, for example, with Ilhan Omar or Ilhan Omar, don't really care. She married her brother, allegedly. They rise to power. By the way, she's going to lose her next election. I promise you that. That's what's going to happen. They put all this crap in place. Then she imports tens of thousands of Somalians from Somalia to Michigan, where she holds office, and they steal $1 billion from sick kids and sick, hungry kids and people and elderly people and veterans in need. That's what the people she imported did. And you have these people like Ilhan Omar and these other foreigners who somehow get political office. They are not loyal to America, which should be job number one when you're an elected official. We can have a conversation about letting them in the country at all, which I don't believe we should, but it should be a no-brainer that they shouldn't be able to hold office. That seems treasonous to me. And she has said that she's primarily serving Somalia. This is not a made-up quote.
What are we talking about? Yeah, absolutely. What do we mean? Absolutely not. Yeah. How many people were screaming, not my president, when Biden was elected? I mean, people were screaming that. They do that with everybody, right? Do you think only people born in the U.S. should be in Congress? I think that any...
Yes. And I also think first-generation Americans should not be in Congress. If your parents moved here, you shouldn't be able to run for anything. Maybe your kids.
Anybody who has dual citizenship should be removed from every position in government.
Agreed.
government instantaneously.
I agree.
So if you have dual citizenship, you have an opportunity. Actually, I would say it's an opportunity at this point. Like, you renounce all citizenship and all residence in all other countries, and you are only in this country, and that's it. So, but like, we having dual citizens, think about that. You have allegiance to two countries at the same time, and you're a representative for our country. That's ridiculous.
Agreed. This is why Asmongold is the world's #1 political streamer. It's hard to argue. It is just like any idiot on the street who isn't like politics brained, who isn't terminally online, would be like, yeah, obviously, of course.
Absolutely not. Like, that's basically, like, that's one step away from treason, really.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's not a step away, Asmon. Because when they are pretending to serve the American people and they're serving a foreign government, a foreign land. It's not even a step away. It's full-on treason.
Gotta renounce it? Yeah. It's irrelevant? It absolutely is not. If somebody comes to America and they have citizenship in another country, that means their allegiance is not only to America. I don't want people representing me and being in my government that do not have unilateral, complete, unequivocal allegiance to the country that they are representing. You can't...
Based! That was a terrible sound effect, and I apologize immediately. Yes, every American believes this, except for people who are, again, politics brained or terminally online. Everybody out there who's actually working a real job, like, look, Asmongold and I have a very different kind of job. It's barely a job. Now, I will argue that it is a job and it is work, but I will also say it's not the same as a bricklayer or a plumber or somebody delivering for Amazon or a postal worker or a military person. We have the lowest definition of a job, but it is a job, okay? Especially for people who are good at it. For people who are, like, committed to it. Like, I haven't missed a live stream in 2.5 years. Not one. Not even, like, on holidays, right? Not on Thanksgiving. I work every day that I'm scheduled to work, right? Just like a real job. But anybody else on the street, go to Subway and you talk to a sandwich maker. Oh, maybe Subway's probably not a good example because they're all owned by foreigners. But like, you talk to any normal American and they're going to agree with this take. They're going to say like, well, yeah, obviously. Do you think anytime you need to actually suss this out, whether or not someone's going to be having a intellectually honest conversation with you about this kind of thing is real simple. Just ask them if they think that somebody in the UK government should also be a citizen in, Africa or Egypt. Of course not. Because there's going to come a time where they have to choose between the two. There's going to be a war. There's going to be, a question about aid or whatever. And their allegiances will not be clear.
I can't expect the captain of a ship to sail the ship in a way that doesn't hit a fucking iceberg if they know they've got an escape boat right on the side.
Correct.
Absolutely fucking not.
Well put.
I don't want foreigners coming into my fucking country running the place.
I agree. Based. What is going on, Asmon? I mean, and now we have again, Ilhan Omar is suddenly, quote, humbled and blaming the system for $1 billion Somali fraud ring. Everybody who took this money was Somalian, by the way. And then a lot of that money got funneled back to Terry's. Did you know that?
First of all, federal prosecutors say...
Get that towel off your head. This is America. All right? I don't care. Yes, we have religious freedom, but having members of our government wearing towels on their head is not what I voted for. And the people of Minnesota should be ashamed of themselves. The first chance they had to vote this broad out, they better do it.
59 people have been investigated in these schemes so far. Americans at large stole tens of billions of forms of aid during the pandemic.
Yep.
All over the country. Minnesota's fraud scandal stands out, according to federal auditors. What are you hearing from investigators right now?
There's Somalis that did it.
Well, I've been following the cases closely as they've gone through the courts, and we know that there are more indictments possibly coming. I think that number might go up to 73 is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So that's what you're hearing? That's your hot take?
Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
Let me tell you why it did, and they've admitted this. People knew it was happening, but they were afraid of being called racist. You think I'm kidding? That's the truth. They knew it was happening, and they were afraid of being called racist for pointing it out. They brought this up during trials. Defense teams tried to guilt the jury into letting these people off by saying that.
Minnesota?
I think what happened...
You're in charge? Maybe a Somalian who's loyal to Somalia is in charge, and that's why 73 Somalians stole $1 billion from hungry Minnesotans?
Is that, when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up, they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created.
Wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. You and Governor Tim Walz let it happen. And I guess it's my opinion that you knew, right? Something's happening. Look what Asmongold said about his ideal political candidate. This is a guy that's pretty moderate. Deport every illegal immigrant using the military, remove from census. Agree. Deport residents who are net negative taxpayers. I don't know about that. I mean, I love it. I mean, it is unfathomably based, but maybe not deport them. Maybe take away their right to vote. That might be good. If you don't pay into the... I think if you don't pay taxes, you probably shouldn't vote. That's just my opinion. But we'll go on to the next one. Insane asylums, agree. Reduce fate at 4 and 8, 80 to 100%. Agree. 2 additional tax brackets, agree. Double policing money, agree. If you steal, instant prison, agree. Mandatory prison labor, agree. I agree. Like, something is changing out there. People are fed up. Meanwhile, ICE is going door to door in Minneapolis right now, targeting Somalian illegals after $1 billion fraud ring was exposed. Yeah, get them out. And you know what? I would like... Somali's average IQ is 68, and they scammed Tim Walz out of $1 billion. Yeah. Yeah. Get them out. This is how you fix the real estate market, which is the number one reason Republicans are losing the young. And if they don't figure it out by the midterms, they're going to lose the election too. I hope you're informed by this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you again real soon.